One of the most painful truths that you will learn as a man is that women are hypergamous. Now, if you don't know what hypergamy means, is that they are opportunistic, that they are always looking for the alpha, the man who has a status, who has a resource, or if he doesn't have the status and resource yet, who has the potential and attributes of a king. That's how it always has been and how it always will be. So, if as men we lean into our weakness, into our simpiness, making women our purpose, we will come to this painful truth in the most painful way.
It's not that painful.
By watching her slowly lose interest and watching ourselves slowly lose her. That's why us men always has a responsibility to be the absolute best that we can be, to squeeze every single drop of our potential and never settle for mediocrity.
Now, first and foremost, I'm not here to attack or shame this man whatsoever. I truly understand where he's coming from. I have 5 brothers. I advocate for men. This is not hating man slander, nothing like that. But I want to shed light on maybe some things you men don't think about. And maybe because a lot of women, when they say things, they attack you guys and put you guys down, that I feel like the message gets lost and misconstrued. So I kind of want to give this a go and what I think. A lot of the times I feel like men don't understand why women are biologically designed to think this way. I know a lot of you guys don't like Myron from Fresh and Fit, but this is one thing he preaches that you can even look up studies on, and you can even see how this is carried on even till this day. Back in the day, you couldn't just be with whatever man you want to be with. Your father would look at the man who was the richest, the wealthiest, the one who could take care of you, give him to you in a hand of marriage. They didn't just let you be with whatever guy. So as we started progressing time after time, we as women will naturally look for men who are superior, stronger than us, make more money than us, and do things for us. Why? Because we want our man to be better than us in all aspects. And another thing, when we become pregnant, no woman should be working. I understand you might have mothers, you might have aunties and cousins and siblings and whoever who work during their pregnancy. A lot of women do not want that. There is nothing wrong with having preferences. There is nothing wrong with wanting a man to take care of you when you're pregnant. I can honestly sit here and say, for my whole pregnancy, I would love to stay home. We cannot do that with a man who works a 9 to 5. We cannot do that with a man who doesn't have money, correct? But I also feel like a lot of women should get with men who are able to take care of them. And I also say this, if you're going to get with a man who's a work in progress, nothing wrong with that. If you're going to get with a man who works a 9 to 5, nothing wrong with that. But be patient. Stop getting mad at those men for not showing up for you the way a man would if he made 6 figures. You signed up for it, suck it up. I never understand why women get with certain men and then get mad at them because they can't do certain things, can't take him out to dates, can't do, you know what I mean? You got with this guy. And here's another thing I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. Well, they do, but they just say it in an awful manner. There's men out here that you will date that are a work in progress, and because they don't have a lot of assets, their insecurities will bleed all over you. How do I know? I make 6 figures. I've dated people that make less money than me, and you know what they tell me? I can't do this. It makes me feel insecure. I don't like that you make more money than me. I feel like you're more superior to me. Even though I never said anything about money, even though I've never held money over their head, that's how they feel. Because naturally, men want to be superior than you. Men will treat you like crap because they don't make more money than you. And it's happened. I've lived it. I'm honestly telling you this. Is this every man? Of course not. Is every man going to resent you for making more money than them? Of course not. But there are men who do. So when you guys get mad at women for losing interest in you guys, I don't think you realize how hard it is to love a man and be with a man who's a work in progress. There are some men out here who make it worthwhile, and I watch videos all the time of men who have nothing and they end up working towards that together, and he ends up making millions, and then she no longer has to work. But that's not always the case. I personally feel like there's nothing wrong with dating a man who's a work in progress, y'all. I just think that you guys both have to be aware of the dangers that come along with that. And in society, it's not socially accepted to be with a guy who makes less than you. It's not accepted to be with a guy who can't provide and can't do this and that. Me personally, I can care less whether a man makes more money than me or less money than me. It all depends on your personality and the type of person you are. Are you going to hate me for it? Are you going to be miserable about the things you can't do? We're a team, so we should be working towards things all the time. I'll tell you right now, I'm the type of woman who doesn't care about whether a man makes more money than me or not. But see, a lot of people assume that because I do social media. And I want to add one more thing that a lot of people don't talk about. I don't know about you guys, but I truly believe that they should make dating legal after the ages of 23 and up. And a lot of you are going to be like, nope, you're being dramatic. No, I'm being serious. If you don't have all your stuff together, emotional intelligence, finances, you know all the things about yourself, whether it's triggers, the things that align with you, how can you possibly go out and date? It's hard to date when you're a work in progress. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it makes things harder. And a lot of the times, hypothetical, if you're a man who doesn't have a good job, if you're a man who's on the grind, what if you get her pregnant by accident? What then? You see what I'm saying? I understand a lot of pressure men have. I understand a lot of the times you guys are the breadwinners and all the pressure is put on you. That's why I'm trying to explain that there are women who will help you. There are women who will love you guys in the process. But I personally feel like for a lot of people, they should get their shit together before they even start dating. And that goes for men and women. And I also think a lot of women, if they're going to date a man in working progress, they should be able to be a teammate and help out. You're a partner. Help him out. If you see him struggling, help him. It doesn't always have to do with money. It doesn't always have to do with, I don't know. A lot of people don't understand what consideration can do for a relationship. And like I said, I've seen women go out of their way to love men that work 9 to 5s and it pay off in the end. Not every man you're going to be with that's a working progress is going to leave you. Just like there's men out here who help women who have nothing and those women leave them for men who have nothing. It happens every day. I think what we focus on too much is what society wants us to accept. At the end of the day, y'all, you date a man in working progress if you want to. You date a man who has all the money if you want to. That's your business. But please be cautious of what type of man you're dating. And also, men, please understand, there's a reason why you guys are the providers. There's a reason why you guys are supposed to be set in your finances and set in certain things before you ever hop into relationships. I think if you guys are working and then still looking for a partner, it might not be the right thing to do, especially if it's too much for you to juggle. I think a lot of you should just focus on work, focus on you until you can get your stuff together or until you guys are ready to make a family and have one.